All right, good morning, everybody. Coming to you from a hotel room in Pennsylvania right now. Cousin is getting married, so I am not at home with the usual backdrop. Hopefully, you forgive me for that, and it might even be better for the lighting on this video. Today, I want to talk about something that I've noticed in the last few years and an important distinction between two commonly used words and concepts. That is niceness and kindness. I've noticed that we use the two words interchangeably a lot in our society, and there's an important distinction between the two of them that I think underlines and undergirds a lot of kind of how we interact with one another. I think oftentimes we think niceness is the ultimate goal, when in fact kindness has a much deeper and more meaningful outlook on it. So kind of first describing and defining the first two. And I want to say, kind of as a precursor before starting, that sometimes I can be a little pedantic in terms of being very specific and precise in the language we use, and sometimes that can be annoying. I annoy myself with it. I certainly know I annoy my wife with it sometimes. However, the meaning of words is extremely important, because meaning, if you think about what people are searching for, ultimately it is meaning is maybe the ultimate good, and perhaps the ultimate value that we bring to our life. So it's no mistake that meaning of a word gets to the heart of the truth of that word, and in that truth we might be able to find the most amount of value or meaning in our life. So just something to think about there. So first, niceness, the quality of being nice. Pleasantness. Pleasantness, I hate when they define a word with a word. But essentially, nice means being pleasant. Being agreeable was a synonym that I found for niceness. Now, kindness, the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. So let's break down first niceness. Niceness is a tool. It's a form of politeness. It's a way that we interact with people on a regular basis. It's kind of a normal pattern of customs and courtesies with each other. You hold the door open for somebody. You say please when you ask for something. You say thank you for something. In and of itself, these things are not bad. In fact, they're quite good when you teach little children a little bit of how to be polite when interacting with other people. However, when we make this the ultimate ends, it's built on really hollow ground, because you can be polite and you can be nice while not actually having the person that you're interacting with their best intentions in heart, or that you can do that without really caring. You think about one of the things that's so popular nowadays is these exposés and these deep dive documentaries on a lot of the serial killers, which is maybe a different type of commentary on our society, but we have a fascination with them. One of the things that these psychopaths have in common is their ability to manipulate social mores in order to take advantage of people. So a lot of them are very nice. Some of them, is it Dahmer, that was known, and the way he lured women in was to be nice to them and to be friendly. But ultimately, we have in this extreme case something where that niceness was a tool used to manipulate somebody into doing them harm. Now that's where the distinction between kindness and niceness comes in, and it's an important one. Is kindness, what did we say? Considerate, and what was the other word for it? Generous. If you were really considerate of another person, you wouldn't be a Jeffrey Dahmer. You wouldn't fall into that psychopath category, or anywhere down the spectrum of less intense ways. You wouldn't look to take advantage of them. You would be considerate, and you would have their best intention at heart. Now, if you can be kind, if you're kind, you're nice. You're polite to people. You extend to them every courtesy that you can. But a kindness is less about the individual interaction and more about the long-term goal for the intent of that relationship or that interaction. So you can be kind, but also be stern with somebody. You can tell them when they've messed up. You can tell them that they're not doing something that they should be doing. You can be brutally honest with them, and it might actually hurt their feelings or hurt their sensibility. So you might actually cause them pain in the short term. People who are nice aren't looking to cause pain. They're looking to elicit, if nothing else, at least what's the word I'm looking for? A neutral affect. They're not trying to hurt anybody or to put anybody in a bad mood. You're just looking to, at best, keep things on an even keel, and at most, maybe brighten their day a little bit. But kindness can do that. You can certainly do that if you're considerate for someone else's feelings and their well-being. You can certainly look to take care of them and put them in a better way. In order to do that, somebody who is kind looks at somebody's well-being over the long term and thinks, well, in order to get to this point where they have a higher level of well-being, they're in a better place, I might have to go through a short-term period of discomfort in order to get there. So that's when you're interacting with people, or you're looking at how you want to interact with people, think about that. Are you just being nice on the surface level to keep things on an even keel, but do you really care about the way that that person goes about their life or the way they interact with you? You might not. It might be, an unrealistic task to ask you to care about everybody on any meaningful level that you come in contact with on a daily basis. But if you're using niceness, or you see people using niceness to take advantage of somebody, well, that's ultimately the antithesis of kindness. So just some things to think about. If you have any comments or want me to expand upon this anymore, please feel free to reach out, and have a good day, everybody.